Good morning and welcome to a test of today's President Gallo Live. You can join us at 6 p.m. today online at gram.edu or at Grambling State University on YouTube. We're excited to welcome you and your questions for a university update from our very own President Richard Gallo, who will be sitting in this seat. I want to thank everyone who's involved in today's test. If by some miracle you're watching here online, we'd love to see your questions or your comments, okay? So my name's Javon Hackley. I'm the Associate Vice President of Strategy and Marketing here at Grambling State University. Excited to lead the charge of the communications and the operations and strategy teams who focus on not only creating a great story, but making sure that we tell it in compelling ways. And that's why we've chosen today's set to come to you today. So we're actually inside a classroom. It's going to be considered our Cybersecurity Classroom, one of a few here in Carver Hall that's had a major update recently here. And normally you wouldn't think that you could set up a TV studio here, but thanks to our wonderful TV center that's under our Department of Mass Communications and some students, current and former, we've got Lanita Hughes in the room, Deja Harrison, Mr. Blakeney, and some of his favorites, Tanisha, who helped pull together graphics, who are working really, really hard to bring us today's high quality production. So if you haven't already, visit gram.edu/preslive19 to come and share your questions and RSVP and let us know that you'll be there. We'll be looking for those and queuing those up online. You can also ask questions tonight in the comments, so don't worry if you haven't thought of a question yet. President Gallo will be happy to hear that live and online. So I want to thank everyone who's been a part of today's test here, and we're going to tackle a few test questions, if you will. So thanks, Ms. Thistle, for queuing those up for us today. So the first question we've got here is, how will the online registration process benefit our administration? So here at GramFam, we are truly one unit. There is one Grambling, and that means if something's good for one of us, it usually is good and helps us all step forward. So at the center of our focus for our online support center for students has been student success and streamlining the registration process. So we're calling this No More Lines, all right? So you can go online right now at gram.edu/registration, book an appointment, and whether it's financial aid or student accounts or your favorite services, get time to talk to the folks who you need to talk to get registered. That helps not just for the students and their experience, but it streamlines the staff members' time. It's caused it to be a little quieter here on campus, and there's going to be much more innovation like this to come in the coming semesters and days. So we're super excited, again, for those that have visited already, gram.edu/registration. We've had more than 800 appointments booked so far in less than a day. So we would consider that a success. But we also want to encourage you to go there to get the information you need to make sure that you get registered and find out about some compelling things that are happening here. All right, so another question we have here is, what are the plans to address sort of our housing capacity opportunity here? So at Grambling State, we've got a hard working team that's a multi-unit team. So think about academics coming together with housing and the registrar's office and IT to figure out how do we best house students here on campus. We've only got about 2,600 rooms on campus, and everybody knows 5,200 students. So our goal is to make sure that we can house as many of you as want to be on campus while making sure that you're ready to go out into the world. And some of that means helping find a place to live. So if you're having issues with housing, we want to encourage you to, again, visit that online student support center. If you haven't already been into THD, which is called the My Housing tab in Banner Web, visit that for the most up-to-date housing information. But it's an active conversation. We know we're going to have some new inventory open up here at the end of the week. So go into My Housing, make sure that you're watching there for your alerts. And if you're not already doing it, please check your Grambling email for more information. All right. So we've got a new question here. It says, what can we expect from the digital library? All right, one of my favorite topics, right? So $16.6 million going at the center of campus. I call it the corner of living and learning, where Central Avenue and RWE Jones come together. Great opportunity there for students to plan for the programming for the future. So 18,000 square feet with 60% of it actually being dedicated to physical assets. When we say physical assets here in 2019, it works a little bit differently. You see that spine there, it sort of divides the building. There's social space on the right side, and on the left side, you're going to have an inventory of microfiche, USB drives, web computers, where you can access all of the resources of our library, as well as the Lewis system, which taps us into the resources of every Louisiana library. And as they partner with libraries across the world, your access and opportunity just starts to grow exponentially here. So if you haven't already taken a look, go to gram.edu/news. There are renderings of the new library there, and we want you all to save the date for September the 7th at 10:30 a.m. You will be able to come and see another level of rendering and celebrate the groundbreaking and construction start here on campus. All right, so we've got another question that comes in that says, when will more vegan options be available in McCall this semester? So pretty important here. I'm a guy with a food sensitivity, so when you talk about food and getting it right, I'm really passionate about it. If you haven't been to McCall this week, then you're missing out. The vegan options are already taking a step up. There's some staffers in the room here who've had some wonderful cookies that they're enjoying. I can't have them, but they say that they're great. So the vegan options are already growing inside McCall. All right? So if I could get another question here, let's see. One that we commonly get is how do I get help with financial aid? So again, gram.edu/registration if you haven't already. One of the hottest buttons there, I think they've got 60% of the appointments that have been booked so far is actually financial aid. So go there and grab your time. They were booked up for this week yesterday, but we have another 100 appointments that have cleared or opened up here recently. So go there. There's actually new inventory and opportunity to book time with financial aid. All right. So here's an interesting one. Someone said, what is the state of Grambling? Okay, so State of Grambling is a really, really great document. Think about it as a yearbook for donors who don't want to digest a 300-page document, but want to know what's up with Grambling. So highlights like our fiscal health growth, hanging out with Beyonce this year. We've had some selfies with Magic and some alumni who've been the first in Black history to do things. We got facility growth. Our revenue is up. But these are the kind of facts that are included in State of Grambling, which is our annual report. So if you haven't already, you can go to gram.edu/giving to find a link to download that annual report or check your email. We'll be emailing that out over and over again to share these wonderful moments like Tank being on campus and sporting a Grambling jersey, or Kelly Rowland doing the same. We've got 42 academic programs now with the addition of our cybersecurity degree program and the growth here on campus where we've had a record high enrollment. So if you haven't already, again, take a look at State of Grambling. It's a really great snapshot and gives you all the reasons why you should give. And speaking of giving, if you haven't today, we are in the middle of Bring It Home. It's officially kicked off. So for the past 2 years, we've raised more than $1 million a year, over 2.5 million. We want to encourage you to join and be a part of this year's giving audience. And that's at gram.edu/giving, where you can get involved and bring it home. And again, download the State of Grambling to learn all the reasons that you should give to Grambling and how your success is helping grow students' experience here on campus. So I never really get tired of seeing this photo of Beyonce. Guys, it's probably one of my favorite moments this year. And you're seeing actual Grambling band members and alum that are there. What's interesting is facility growth. There's a few pieces that are mentioned there that not include more than our library. So in addition to the library, we've got the intramural center and the bowling alley and a few other campus improvements. So if you're looking for a snapshot of what those are, again, download State of Grambling here. All right, so great question coming in right now is Magic or Beyonce coming back? Okay, so for that, I say stay tuned. We've got Homecoming coming up, Bayou Classic, and so much more. We'll talk more about that tonight as President Gallo again sits in the seat live. So join us at gram.edu/PresLive19. I'm Javon Hackley. Thank you for joining us today.